Hi guys, welcome to Peter Den's Educational Videos. Today we're going to be talking about whether the sport of weight training is a mental game or a physical game. So here comes the debate, is this a mental sport or is this a physical sport? We both know obviously it's a combination of both. But how much of a ratio is it? If you're a beginner or a gym junkie, I'd say it's mostly a physical game. You go to the gym, you train hard and you eat as well as you possibly can. But the more professional you get, and every bodybuilding competitor will tell you this, the sport is a mental game. It's more of a mental game than a physical game. Now, what do I mean by that, considering our sport evolves around our physical body? Well, it's your mind that controls your body. So let's dive into this a little bit more and give you a greater aspect or an understanding that you probably already knew but you kind of already forgotten. Before you start training, you've got to motivate yourself to get to the gym in the first place. You have to inspire yourself to walk into that place knowing today is going to be back day and this is going to be the best back workout I've ever had in my life. That's the mentality you've got to have in order to create the peak physique. Once you've actually motivated yourself to get there, you've got to think now what motivates you each set to produce the best set possible. Could be just a routine that you go through. It could be something you repeat in your mind. This is going to be easy. This is going to be easy. This is going to be easy. This is lightweight. We've got rubber dumbbells here in Australia. We've got a lot of steel as well, and iron, but a lot of it is rubber dumbbells. A lot of people are saying, it's just rubber. It's just rubber. So you're doing what it takes in your mental preparation. You're listening to the music that motivates and inspires you. So far we haven't done a set, but as you've noticed, it's nothing but a mental game up until this point. Now, even when you've started your set and you're feeling it heavy and you're feeling to a point where you can't go any further, what motivates you to keep going? Is it your physical body or is it the voice inside you? It's the voice inside you. You keep telling yourself, I can do one more. I can do one more. This is easy. Come on, you've got one more in you. Last one, you can do this. Your spotter and your training partner is yelling and screaming at you. Come on, this is all you. This is all you. And again, it goes back into a mental game. So far we've discovered about 80% of it is a mental game. It's not a physical game. And this is what people keep forgetting. Now let's talk about the actual exercise that you're doing. It takes a lot of brains to learn the biomechanics, the relationship between the weight and your body, mentally thinking how to contract the muscles. So, for example, when I'm doing lat pull downs, I don't pull my hands, I pull my elbows, because that's where your lat is attached, into this bone here. So that's the bone you're trying to pull down, not your hands. Your lats aren't attached to your hands, so it's a mental thing. In life we train to pull whatever's in our hands. But when we're doing a lat pull down and we're holding the bar, you don't pull the bar. Mentally, you've got to think about pulling your elbows. So again, that plays a large mental game. When you're contracting a muscle, like doing seated rows, or any type of rowing action, you're thinking about squeezing and contracting your scapula and your rhomboids and squeezing your traps together. It's a mental game. So again, whilst doing the set and learning the exercise, again, it is all mental. Now we dive into the sports science of things. Time under tension, biomechanics, learning what exercises work for you and which ones don't, when to use compound movements and when to use isolation movements, how to do exercises that stabilize your joints and keep you going. So again, it takes a lot to learn about the actual sport. There is a massive amount of information to learn because you're dealing with a mechanism that is the most complex mechanism on the planet. One guy told me, it takes 30,000 people to fly a space shuttle, and yet you're trying to control your body all by yourself. And your body is 10 times more complex than a space shuttle. So you can study your whole life and you still won't scratch the surface of what you're capable of learning. So this is where the least we could possibly do in the sport of weight training or bodybuilding, the least we can do is continuously educate ourselves every single day of our lives in order to create the peak physique. So now we dive into our nutrition, motivating yourself to eat healthy, learning what foods work for you and which ones don't, learning how much carbs work for you and how much carbs you shouldn't have, when to eat certain macronutrients. So nutrient timing is just as important as the quantity of foods you're eating. Motivating yourself to eat on time and eat the right foods on time. Again, it's all a mental game. You know, the body is built in the kitchen, not in the gym. And therefore, in the kitchen, that's not a physical game. Again, it's a mental game. You know what I mean? So what we have to do is continuously remind ourselves our brains have to be switched on. We have to be continuously learning. We have to be continuously inspiring and motivating yourself. And you have to be continuously wanting to learn and develop yourself. You know what I mean? You do those three things well, and then your body's going to accelerate in speed at a fast rate, and you're going to achieve the peak physique and the physique that you are looking for.